in London for about 5 days, and I went to the visitor centre and heard about the tour. I'm a Canadian and I really enjoy music back home, so I thought it'd be a great opportunity to get a better feel of British culture. I did the morning tour, and I'd say the highlight was definitely going to Abbey Road. That was really cool, and certainly also just getting a chance to meet people who have a music interest from across the world. So it was quite a neat international experience too.
Oh, hello! I've done it now, just like the Beatles. That's me. It's my signature on the wall, Abbey Road.
I want to do it too.
Going all the places that all the rock stars have been before, even though it was years and years ago, still it's just such an experience to be there. I've read about all these places and heard about all these places, but to actually come here is a real experience.
Well, I've booked it because my husband is very interested in rock singers, musicians. So I've booked a tour for a surprise for him.
What I didn't know that Soho, I knew Soho, but for me it was a very dark place, and I didn't know that Soho was a very place to be for the artists. The 60s. For me it's very interesting to see the little places where the artists lived, sung, where they were drinking beer and so on.
And it was really cool to see all the drinking water holes where all the stars were drinking lots of shit.
Oh, well, they did all the
so we can go have a drink.
The George,
some places,
a couple of others. I've got a couple even just written down that we're going to go to in the next couple of weeks. What was it, Ronnie Scott, where Jimi Hendrix played his last ever gig.
Because this album, Sgt. Pepper, was launched here at number 24. Because this was Brian Epstein's house.
We went to where the Beatles' manager Brian Epstein lived and died. Where else did we see? We saw
Many a place on the King's Road.
Yeah, loads of places along the King's Road, like the last boutique on the King's Road.
It was called the King's Road because that's what it was originally, just the King's Road. Only the King was allowed to travel down here on his way to his picnic palace. It's also where Queen were discovered in the basement. By 1970s, the basement's become a bit more of a rock venue. And also Yvonne Elliman, if anybody remembers her. And she was the original Mary in Jesus Christ Superstar. So this iconic building, I say, is really the throbbing heart, if you like, of the swinging 60s. And coming up on our left, this is unchanged, the 60s, and this was a favourite watering hole of the band's. Donovan mentions it, they're all meeting at the Chelsea Potter. And I want to just pop down this little back street here. I'm going to introduce you to a couple of names. The legend has it they steal all their instruments from the rehearsal studios up and down here, and they certainly steal their PA and light show from David Bowie, who was appearing in the Tin Man review at the Apollo, from Sex Boutique. You get the Sex Pistols, and the girls with their bin bag dresses, bin liner dresses.
Yeah, we saw where Pink Floyd and the Sex Pistols did some of their recording as well.
Royal Albert Hall, where they
yeah.
the logo for the Sticky Fingers logo.
The Beatles did play here. They played here on an early package tour. George Harrison played his last ever gig here. You could say almost every band has its Royal Albert Hall story. Frank Zappa was banned from here for breaking the F barrier. McCartney first met Jane Asher here when she came down to cover the Beatles' performance for Radio Times. Cream did their farewell performance. Now we're going into the suburb of Notting Hill Gate, and a little bit of background quickly about this. But on September the 18th, 1970, that is where James Marshall Hendricks choked to death before he was taken off to the hospital off Kensington High Street. So Hendricks arrived here September 24, 1966, died September the 18th, 1970, and in those 4 years, he revolutionised rock music.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Okay. And your Mercury Prize is like a competition each year?
Yeah. They've all lived down here. Portobello Road, Paul Simonon, the bass guitarist from The Clash, his father used to have a stall down there. Down this street, both Tom Jones and Rod Stewart have had apartments. And All Saints Church, and it was in this church hall that Pink Floyd, those tracks I was playing you earlier.
It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, all those things, all this information you get.
All these places all around London, I would never have been able to find, you know. So this has made my day. It's a great gift of my sister. And
so you've enjoyed the tour and you recommend it to others, yeah?
I definitely recommend it to others. Yeah. The tour
Hard
was great.
rock and roll fun, yeah.
The knowledge was infinite, absolutely infinite.
I got a lot out of it. Considering that I live in London, I saw places in London I've never seen, I've never been to, so that was interesting. Yes, I would recommend it, especially to younger people to whom this is history rather than for me, which is it's just nostalgia.
I'm really enjoying it. It's been awesome. I loved every minute of it.